To order. I want to thank the members who are here. The ranking member of the committee, Senator Kevin Parker. Thank you, Senator Parker. Senator Jack Martins. Thank you, Senator Martins. And Senator Betty Little. Thanks, Senator Little, for being here today. Now, we've got a full agenda, but we're going to make some modifications to the agenda. So it will not be as full as it appears. There are a number of bills that we are going to hold as a result of converse at the sponsor's request and with conversations with members. So, and then if anybody has anything to say, we got a couple things I just want to bring you up to date on. So, with that being said, we'll begin with print number 916A by Senator Avella, and that will be held. Okay?
Which one are you on?
The first one. The first bill, 916A by Senator Avella, that will be held. Any discussion?
All right.
That's a good thing you held it.
Okay.
That's my problem.
Okay, the next bill, 1034, also by Senator Avella, which was to be considered for referring to finance, will also be held at the sponsor's request. So bill print number 1034 by Senator Avella, which was under consideration to be sent to finance, will also be held. The next bill, 6262 by Senator Ort, that also will be held at the sponsor's request. Any questions? Okay, so that will bring us to print 7455 by myself. There are amendments to this that have been agreed to by the Assembly sponsor, who is the chair of the Energy Committee there, Assemblywoman Paulin.
It's an act to amend the public service law in relation to establishing the electric vehicle charging tariff.
Move the bill.
There's a motion to move. Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
The bill is advanced. Senate Print 7886 by myself.
An act to amend the public service law in relation to establishment of a carbon leakage prevention program.
Any discussion?
Move it.
Okay, moved. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The bill is moved. Reported to the calendar. Print number 7931, which I sponsor, will be held at my request. I've had a conversation with Senator Parker, so we will also hold 7931. And we'll be having some follow-up discussions on that. That brings us to the last bill, 7937 by Senator Ritchie.
An act to authorize NYSERDA to expend proceeds collected from the auction and sale of carbon dioxide emission allowances.
Questions or discussion?
I move the bill.
The bill's been moved. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
One nay. And I may want to, the bill's reported. I want to note that we do have a quorum here, so we're fine with all the business. Now, I just want to update you. One of the things that we've been trying to put together here is an appearance by the head of the Power Authority, Mr. Quinones. The prior meeting, he had a conflict with the Board of Trustees, which we understand. This time, we never heard back. I think it's important that we have the opportunity to have a discussion as we consider the absorption of the Canal Corp into the Power Authority. I have some concerns. As you know, that before the end of last session, we had a tentative agreement with the executive that we'd allow this to move forward, but there would be some conditions set to this relative to personnel, preservation of programs of the Power Authority to ensure that they continue to fulfill their core mission and responsibilities and duties. Beyond that, some of the sweeps that we have expressed our concern with over time, that the type of sweeps that have taken place. So many of these issues we have put on the table, we have raised, and we felt in good faith that if we could have that conversation, that we have until the end of session to fulfill the chapter that would finalize this, which would take effect next January, obviously. We have not been very successful. We just got a very brief draft of something, so I'm a little concerned at this point in time. I do not appreciate the fact that with only 10 days left of session, that we really have not had in earnest conversations or discussions on this particular proposal. I know the staffs will be meeting at the end of this week, I think, maybe for the first time officially and with some language. So I'm briefing you right now, and we may want to convene again, I'm not sure, but I think this is an important issue, particularly when there was a good faith agreement made at the end of the budget, and I don't believe that right now we're fulfilling that, unfortunately. And the problem is that if we do nothing, then in the fall, the executive can proceed as originally proposed, essentially. And that was also agreed to too, but I thought we would be able to rectify and resolve some of these issues. And I think they are important questions that we're raising in order to ensure this transition is done properly in the best interest of not only the two agencies, but in people of the state of New York.
Would you consider calling a hearing on the issue?
We may consider that, yes. We may consider that. If we cannot, I mean, unfortunately, we have a time problem here, but we can still do that. And
I know we're going to be here next Monday, Tuesday,
Yeah.
and Wednesday, and the following few days as well, so.
So- we're going to leave all our options open. I'm hopeful that there's been communications, conversations, staff to staff, and I just want them to understand and recognize the importance of this issue to the Senate and the Assembly. Both, if you remember, now one House bill budgets rejected the merger because there were a number of questions that were unanswered and issues unresolved. Anybody else want to add anything, or good? Good. Okay, so we'll keep you up to date. Anything else before the committee? All right, without, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, the
Second.
Committee on Energy stands adjourned. Thank you.
Thanks, Fran.